So from May 20, 2017, Donald Trump and Jared Kushner trip to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, to May 20, 2018, Abiy Ahmed's trip to the Middle East that brought the roadmap to the future policy Ethiopia. This behind-the-scene conspiracy group has accomplished the following. Listen to it. In light of the former Secretary Rex Tillerson report in December 2017, that he had a concern on the secret talks between Kushner and MBS could cause a damage to the countries in the region. What has accomplished? Beginning September 1st, 2017, the Ethiopian ruling party, by then a coalition of four parties, EPRDF, the Donald and MBZ conspiracy group, using their agent, Assistant Secretary for African Affairs Ambassador Donald Yamamoto, cracked down EPRDF underclassified, informed the two parties Amhara, Adepa, and the Oromo or PDU, which Abiy Ahmed is a member of those two parties, and a member of this Oromo party. And those two parties betrayed EPRDF, of which the TPLF is the one of the party, and have their honeymoon. The TPLF was one of the strong party, in the southern part, from where the former Prime Minister came, Prime Minister Desai, was another party, and have betrayed those two parties, and have their honeymoon season by joining partner with a new name, Oromara. Those form among the coalition two parties, from the Oromo and from the Amhara, they partner together, Oromara, to be the local conspiracy group, purchased with MBS money to work for those Arab countries, to make a power crackdown from the inside out, so that the power could collapse, the power in Ethiopian politics, which has been shaken by them. Those are the betrayers of our people locally, next to the international one. Because Donald Trump or the Arabs, they cannot do on their own. They have to recruit someone who will do their job, their dirty job behind the scene. The means is the money, the dirty money that's controlling globally. That plan achieved, since the former Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Haile Mariam Desalegn, has been communicated from the conspiracy group to step down from power, to make it seem the ongoing protest, arrow and final, that the Oromara group behind the scenes operate in mobilizing those protests as per the instruction they have to crack down the power the coalition party EPRDF had. Haile Mariam was among the minority members of EPRDF. So achieved steps. Number one, power change by replacing Abiy Ahmed, who is already a member of the conspiracy, and the Deputy Prime Minister Demek Mekonnen, the Amhara conspiracy part of who also became the local conspiracy group. They partner with Abiy to facilitate Ethiopians' colonialism under the Arabs. So those two, Abiy Ahmed from the Oromo, Demek Mekonnen from Amhara, who has been used by those America and Middle East, now they are the Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister since then, by kicking out Haile Mariam and replaced Abiy Ahmed. Number two, controlling the military by firing all the TPLF military on the top, and the military in the National Security Intelligence as of May 24, 2018, 4 days after Abiy Ahmed brought that policy from the Middle East. They betrayed the EPRDF. Number three, controlling the money by controlling the gold mining that has been a part of the investment. Sheikh Mohammed Alamoudi has been held at the Riyadh Ritz-Carlton in Riyadh in November 2017. So this gold mining has been closed by the order of Abiy Ahmed on May 10, 2018, controlling the media by firing again right 4 days after his arrival from Middle East, by firing the TPLF, who was the media head, on May 24, 2018. So Abiy Ahmed, within May, in less than 2 months, he controlled the money, the military, and the media. And he installed in May 12 a media that's sponsored by MBZ in United States, the media called the Habesha, because they need the media now. We are in a war. They are going to execute whoever it is, the information, their bias, their narratives, their lie to make divide and conquer. So those medias are sponsored by him. The deception, the lies, he is the author of that, crafty and lies to divide, for Ethiopian people to get weak and be one. So roadmap policy. So as of May 20, 2017, implementing the colonialism roadmap policy that Abiy brought from the Middle East that day. This is the number 5th achieved. Number 6, political prisoners released to create another chaos in the country, the lawlessness in everything. But they were saying the EPRDF is abusing human rights, and because of that, that's why the protests pushed him for the power change. Yes, there was human rights abuse, but that's not what changed the power and the reason why the prisoners is released. So the number 6 achieved the political prisoners released. This is the first phase operation achieved in 1 year since Donald Trump Riyadh trip to Abiy Ahmed take the policy. They conspire how to take over Ethiopia. Let us see the beginning of the second phase after firing the TPLF members, the strongest within the coalition party, for military intelligence office, the media, and other positions. May 24, the one that has been existed is out. The new is implemented. Phase 2 operation. June 5, 2018, exactly 2 months after the Ethiopian caretaker Abiy Ahmed came to power, out of a blue, make the scripted announcement, since he's there to play that role only, for the public not to be suspicious of the move in Ethiopia that is full of conspiracy, deception, and betrayal, with the vision to enslave our future by colonizing our country. Number 1, state-owned, in his announcement, state-owned cash cow companies such as the National Flag Carrier Airline that stands out tall and shines against recession time, even by being competent in the global airline industry. Second, the monopolized cash cow telecommunication firm to be also privatized. Number 3, all state-owned that bring continuous economical revenues to the country, all Abiy Ahmed listed out one by one to turn to privatization. Number 4, to make a peace deal with Eritrea without any pre-restriction. As soon as that announcement was on air, Abu Dhabi government announced it to deposit $3 billion in Ethiopia's national bank. $2 billion for investment, $1 billion to be a debt to help the hard currency shortage in the country. Remember, Mohammed bin Zayed, in February 2017, he went to Somaliland to invest $4 million to expand the Berbera airport, to use that for 30 years. He doesn't give them anything. Ethiopia is sold out with just 2 billion money. Imagine, he gives 2 billion for investment. Do the maths. How the Somaliland Berbera has backfired on him in May 2017. This is the moment that he sees it, change it. He came to Ethiopia. Perfect time after he lost the battle in the Somaliland. Now, he doesn't go face to face or for the media to know, because there has been lost him. His actual motives to take over the land in Berbera by very insignificant benefits that the country would have. So if the 40 million he used would have taken for 30 years, $2 billion, for how many years Ethiopia is given to those people under colonialism? Connect the dots. We are dealing about betrayal as a result of conspiracy people groups for their own personal advantage by taking away the rights of the people to live, not to vote, not the right to democracy, to live, to exist as a human being. A massacre is going on in Ethiopia. They are doing population cuts. They are destroying Christian people in the church. In Amhara region, in Oromia region, in Southern region, a massacre, a mass massacre, a daily massacre is routine. So to make a peace deal, as soon as that announcement, Abu Dhabi announced to install this money, hard currency to Ethiopia. Who is in power in Ethiopia? Abiy Ahmed. Who is the deputy? The Romara group, Demeqe Mekonnen. Both of them is the local conspiracy group working for the international bigger league. We Ethiopians didn't know what's going on. June 10, 2018, Abiy Ahmed traveled to Cairo, Egypt, to have the secret talk on the great Ethiopian Renaissance Dam on the Blue Nile that has a dispute with Egypt and Sudan. Since the caretaker and VIP messenger of the conspiracy group who implement the policy that's made in Arab, Abiy Ahmed is now replacing Donald Yamamoto, who used to travel. Now Abiy Ahmed is their VIP messenger. Both protecting the secret from American side and both from the Arab side, and both hidden no transparency to the Ethiopian people, who holds the vision of colonialism. He is paid, he's purchased with the Arab money. That's how the betrayal happens. So he went to Egypt, he met Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. On 5th, so this is all the achieved steps. June 16, 2018, after Abiy Ahmed went to Cairo to discuss with Abdel Fattah al-Sisi on the dam. Remember, it's conspiracy. Remember, it started in August 2017 on Jared Kushner's first visit to Middle East. Kushner wants the Palestine-occupied West Bank land to be given to Israel. He needed Egypt. And the Arabs, they want first thing first, they wanted their own first. So on June 5th, Eritrea will be peace deal, and the militaries, the money, the media is already installed. Abu Dhabi announced it will invest. Now, the second mission for Kushner to come into picture to make an action. Egypt is needed. In exchange for Egypt to do for Kushner the mediating, the lobbying between Palestine and Israel, Egypt wanted the Ethiopian dam project to be interrupted in favor of Egypt. Pay attention. So June 16, 2018, after Abiy Ahmed visited the Egypt president, the $3 billion scripted announcement that heard from Abu Dhabi as soon as Abiy Ahmed stated on companies to be privatized on June 5th. Again, not to make it obvious, it's colonization, came on this day. The background leader, the boss of Abiy Ahmed, and the master cunning man behind all the conspiracy, Ethiopian leader, to sign the document. This man is Mohammed bin Zayed, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi. Together with Abiy Ahmed Ali, underclassified on June 16, 2018. That very day, the conspiracy author, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, get the key to the National Palace, as it belongs to him, in order for innovation to destroy Ethiopia's history. Get a present from his Abiy is like his watchman to the palace and a servant to his master, Mohammed bin Zayed. He gave him a horse to his master, who kept him at the palace to be the watchman, caretaker of his execution order, and to some kind of VIP messenger role until the colonialism is accomplished. That's Abiy Ahmed's role, since he has no transparency in like that of in Somaliland. MBZ has contracted Berbera Airport for 30 years, but later has failed. He doesn't want to fail this. Abiy Ahmed had sold out our country, Ethiopia, illegally, and by betraying us all with that $2 billion investment, they said. Sold on that day, confidentially, by the man who betrays our country, Abiy Ahmed, and our people, in collaboration with the international conspiracy league. Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia has secured their deal. Now, in order for Kushner's mission, so when Mohammed bin Zayed came that day, on June 16, Abiy Ahmed being his driver, they went to the city of Addis, and he picked all the plot of the land that he wanted, in all the constructions. After that, lots of people being displaced and forced to leave their place and to be homeless also, because they built this investment, including a mosque where the Ethiopian Orthodox Church used the place for their massacre festival. Now, in order for Kushner's mission to get forward, Egypt, on the other hand, wants to secure and seal her deal in advance by stopping the GERD, the Great Ethiopian Renaissance Dam on the Bena project on the Blue Nile, to be disrupted. So, after the Abu Dhabi, Mohammed bin Zayed came to Ethiopia on the 16th, after he had a sightseeing in Addis Ababa with his driver Abiy Ahmed, like I said, and pick all the land plots that he wanted to have built his colonialism projects. Even those houses, business places, and schools to be demolished, peoples to be displaced forcefully. He signed all the documents that he owned Addis and the country and and classified with the local conspiracy group Abiy Ahmed and the Oromara groups, Demek Mekonnen and like. What happened next is the grenade blast that Abiy Ahmed he himself set it up and operated to happen as soon as his speech at the rally on Meskel Square on June 21, 2018. After Mohammed bin Zayed came to Ethiopia on the 16th, they called the next day, we're gonna have to support the Prime Minister and make a rally. They are in advance calculatively prepared. It's part of the blueprint. So it has been calling out the mass to be on that in the Meskel Square in support of the Prime Minister. Everything was well orchestrated with dual purpose, that Grenada. For any person who see that video, it doesn't have to be a professional Sherlock Holmes or a detective. It's visible. It's very calculated. After he make the speech, he communicate. They have a code with the stage facilitator who was talking. They visible contact. As soon as that code contact has been communicated, the blast was there. In the nature of Grenada is it will make at the center the damage where it was, and then and they give 4-6 different biased informations. Those who they interviewed and witnessed, if you see the video, you could tell who did that, and it's Abiy Ahmed. And the person who is appointed the ambassador of Ethiopia in the United States since November, the person Fitson, he's part of that Grenade. He is also illegal responsible. That's why he put him in the US, because of the confidentiality between US. Because he was in that Grenada and behind the camera of recording Abiy Ahmed announcement later on. There are a lot of people part of it. So the reason why the Grenada blast, what was the dual purpose to accomplish? Number one, there was a mass, a lot of people who came to support. 2 things to achieve. To point a finger, because since then, after May 24, they kicked out or the TPLF, that very first day, they already have installed the media, the Habesha, supported by MBZ. It's Abiy Ahmed's the government media. That's why a lot of first-hand information source is found in that. Very noisy, very divisive, enmity information is communicated through that. Because as of May 24, the colonization war, by pushing out the TPLF, it started that day on May 24 because they are making them powerless. They are taking out them from the position, the military is under Abiy. They started anti-Tigray war that day and anti-Orthodox Church, because the anti-Tigray is because they are still powerful. They have to defeat their power in order to colonize Ethiopia. The anti-Orthodox is to destroy Christian and to expand Islam. This is a mission how the colonialism is unfolding in the process. So that 21 June Grenada blast was operated by Abiy Ahmed, invented by Mohammed bin Zayed. He even the one who spotted that point where it should be done. That place is their victory place. Victory by killing all those who are not in their mission, and by by installing what they want. So the Grenada blast, where the mosque would be built. Continue. Number one, to achieving that time after the blast, to point a finger to open their strategy to destroy TPLF, the powerful force in the north, by pointing a finger and playing a blame shift for the Grenada blast. To win the people's heart, to go after them. Hey, look, we have a common enemy, that's TPLF. To hammer on the hatred, the verbal, everything to focus on those people. While this conspiracy group will take over the country step by step. For the ignorant Ethiopian people who has a lack of knowledge, it worked. For people who are egoist, who doesn't let go of hatred, it worked. Their mission strategically. So, a blame shift. Look, we have a common enemy, and that's TPLF, who did this Grenada blast and created enmity towards them nationwide. This is a military strategy. We have a common enemy, let's focus on that. So that mission of the Grenada blast, number one achievement, the goal, the motive behind, number one is this, to target the TPLF against the Ethiopian people in order for the TPLF to be won and surrender. Without that, they cannot colonize because the TPLF is powerful. At the same time, there are no people who save their country. For 17 years, they fought in order to throw the regime. They know who will stay with their integrity and they know who is not. The Amhara high officials and Abiy Ahmed, together they serve the country because they lack the integrity. At the expense of our people, they sold us out. They don't have the courage, they don't have the patriotism, they don't have the nationalistic. They are selfish. Because of that, now we are where we are. So, because that enmity is created, because they can't take over the country under colonialism without defeating the TPLF. For they are heroes of wars and dignified people who didn't accept slavery and will fight to the end, and they are powerful because of the experience and capacity they have in military intelligence, political maturity and experience. They are resilient people who bounce back and came back because they have been there through the challenge. Number two, of accomplishment of that Grenada blast on June 21st, 2018. He used a Grenada blast that killed 2 people and injured 165 people for his own public relation, for Abiy Ahmed public relation. By creating fear for people to perceive somebody was to kill their awaited Moses, that was how they used to address him and connect with him, obsessed about him. Then trapped in his manipulation and deception to make Ethiopian people victimized by using them for his own agenda, mostly the Amhara people. He won the Amhara people hard, who came to that rally with that blast, saying, hey, look, TPLF is your enemy. So he started division among the Amhara people with that of Tigray. The Tigrayan people is not turning back that enmity, but the Amhara people to this day is chewing, dwelling, like a dog who has a bone who doesn't let go. Hatred is one catalyst they use to divide the people. Ego, where the Amhara people has, is one catalyst they use to divide people. Lack of knowledge is one tool they use and capitalize for people not to know what's going on. So through the Grenada blast, intentionally done by Abiy Ahmed, with the masterminded military guy, Mohammed bin Zayed, instruction after 16 June, his presence in Addis, how it has to be orchestrated, has been unfolded for their own mission, for their own vision to advance and to use it. They don't care about people's life. After all, they are Semitic. Semitic people doesn't value people's life.